Whoever lucky enough to end up with it, man, you definitely gonna have yourself a nice truck. Just crank up every time, no problem. What up, man? Welcome back to C1 Specialized Hauling Heavy. If you ever checked out part 1 of this truck tour, click this link up here. It'll send you straight to it. Right now, we're gonna wait a minute. Hold on. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Any questions, leave them down below. Now we're gonna work on part 2 of the truck tour. We're gonna be doing the engine, transmission, pretty much everything under the hood. Might check out the APU, the headache rack. So just stay tuned, man. And I appreciate y'all checking it out. And appreciate all the love on that first video. So we're gonna try to keep it going with this second one. Once again, I thank you and enjoy the video. All right, we're gonna take a quick look at this headache rack. I'm pretty sure y'all know who did this. This is a 22-inch deep headache rack. I think it's 106 inches tall. They also mounted that light on top. I think they call it a wrecker bar. That thing cost me like, I think it was about $400 for that wrecker bar, light bar up there. It's a 63 inch, I believe, and it's bright. Thing is bright as hell. That one on the bottom right there, that's one of them spotlights. I think it's 27 or 25,000 aluminums. I think that was about $200, $250, something like that. But yeah, they installed all that for me. My lights up there, I got them, I think they call it inverted into the headache rack. As you can see, the light is actually in the headache rack. On most of them, they just make a stainless steel bar at the top, and they'll put them in that little bar up there. But I like them better inverted. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And of course, we got these beautiful looking doors. This is a beautiful headache rack that I barely ever use, but when I need it, I need it. On the next one, I'll probably get it a little wider. Let's take a look on the inside. You can see how deep it goes. Got a little top shelf in it. These things, man, you can store a lot of stuff in here. Put your airbags, your seals, tools, all kind of stuff. See if I can open up this top one for you. This thing don't really get too much use, but it got tons of room in there. But yeah, y'all can see them lights up there. So the lights are inverted into the box. They also have drain holes in there where if the water gets into it, it'll just drain to the bottom of the box and just shoot out through the bottom, which is pretty cool. Just lock right down like that. You get a whole bunch of, I think you get like 2 or 3 pair of keys with it. They really do it up, man. Now, as you can see, that's them folks right there. Y'all let me know how much y'all think that box was. I'll let y'all know how much it was at the end of the video. Y'all leave it down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. 22 inches deep, 106 or 109 inches tall. 86 inches wide or 80 inches wide. The brackets on here real sturdy too. They make their own brackets. They do everything out there, man. They do everything. Look at that. Those are all from the lights coming down up under the tractor. All balled up in the ball. Hope y'all can see that. It only looked like that because I put way too much line up here. I think I had like 20 feet of line coming from the front of the tractor. I'd rather have too much and not enough, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think that costs, and I'll reveal it at the end of the video. All right, I got the Thermo King Tri-Pack Evolution. What I understand, these are some of the best APUs to have. A lot of people don't like APUs. I'm definitely not a lot of people. It's all the cooling lines. See, when my truck temperature gets down below a certain degrees, I can't remember what it was, but my APU will cut on automatically and keep the coolant at a certain temperature in the engine. So it'll run all those lines right there, run all the way to the front of the tractor. And also, if the batteries get down to, I think it's 12.6 or 12.4, it'll automatically cut on and it'll recharge the batteries for me. This right here is the reason my headache rack's sitting so far back, but it don't bother me none. But you do want this somewhere where you can get to it, because if they got to work on it, you don't want to give them too much trouble. You know what I'm saying? So the lines run all the way up there. This is the fuel tank. It's getting the fuel off of. But if you have a new truck or a newer truck with this DF stuff on it, I recommend everybody get one. These trucks really ain't meant to be idling like that. So, I don't know if y'all can see the bracket that it's sitting on. You shouldn't have no problem though, because like I got a double frame and it fits on it perfect. You shouldn't have no problem at all. But yeah, man, that's just the APU. Real important thing to have, especially if you got one of these newer trucks. So I hear a lot of guys without them, they have problems with sensors going off with that DEF stuff. So if you're buying a brand new truck, I definitely invest in one of these things. You're gonna get your money's worth. Plus you get AC. If you got I got an S-bar heater in there. S-bar heater, it'll help you with that as far as your battery life. But yeah, man, very good investment. All right, this is that big boy transmission, the 2050 on the torque. See how that dry line runs straight all the way down in there. Man, that thing long as hell. Look different from down here. So look, I don't know if y'all can see all the way down there, but if I had a 2-speed transmission with a 2-speed auxiliary, there would be another box on the drive line down there. There'd be another box on the drive line between the rear ends and this transmission right here. So you got a drive line running all the way down, and maybe somewhere down there in the middle, there'd be another box where the torque is multiplied. That's why I kind of prefer the 2-speed rear end, because you got all that torque coming through here from the transmission, and it has to go to another box then it's going to the rear ends. Remember what I said, you're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, you don't want to have too many links. That way you ain't got to worry about something not being strong enough. Well, that box is just another link. All right, this is probably a better shot. That box would probably be right here somewhere. Just like right up in here. Drive line will run into it, and it'll run straight into the rear ends back in. So you put too much torque through that box, it will literally just fall and hit the ground. It's a couple of guys over here at the company that's happened to, and guys trying to shift from the first to second in that auxiliary box, and then they mess something up. I know a guy, he buys a truck with a 2 or 4-speed auxiliary, he'll take the whole thing out. Just because so many guys have broken them and messed up everything all the way down the line, even into the rear. So 2-speed rear end, all that torquing stuff is right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's going straight to the wheels from here. It's not going from here to the drive line to the rear ends. It's going straight here to the rear ends. So having a 2-speed rear end, I kind of like it. It just takes out that extra link that could be potentially a weaker link, if you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, figured I'd show y'all the bottom. Y'all see all this oily looking stuff, it ain't nothing but grease. So don't y'all think I got an oil leak or nothing. It ain't nothing but grease. I just had the truck PM and they put the grease in the joints right here. Man, you get to going down the road and it's gonna shoot everywhere. All right, now what I've been getting a lot of questions about, what kind of engine I got. X15, it's a 605 horsepower, 605 horsepower Cummins. Haven't had no problems, man. Like I said, you got one of these newer trucks, you better off getting the APU, and instead of idling your truck, you know, just let it breathe, let it rest sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just let it rest and let the APU do the work when y'all sleep. That's the way to do it. Well, I got the hood up. You see, I got the disc brakes on here. These disc brakes is no joke. If you never had them and you all of a sudden get them, you gotta be careful how you hit these brakes, because it will send you through the windshield. That right there is a 2-speed Horton engine fan. Don't know too much about it. I just heard it's real good on efficiency as far as your horsepower, and it cool this engine down, because you know I have 250,000 pounds on, going up a 6-7% grade, and you better have some real good cooling power. You're gonna be in trouble. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't where you want to break down at going up on the hill. Well, I got the hood open. Check out these tires right here, man. 4 1/4, 65R, 22.5. Let's see the weight on these. These things good for 11,000 pounds each. So, actually 11,400. So, it's at 22.8. It's a big tire, man. Look at it. It's a really big tire. looks even bigger when it's off the truck. I'm gonna say it's almost, if not a foot wide. You can see, gotta be about a foot wide. I always try to get the ones with the deep grooves in it. I'll show you this right here. See how that's kind of bent back a little bit? All because of mud. I was driving in the mud, tried to turn, and it still went straight. Didn't have enough weight up here on my steer axle. It was all good though. It's something you bend, pull it out, bend it how you want to. But yeah, man, I love them steer tires. Hope y'all can see that. They got grease certs down here by the suspension. That don't come on all trucks, man, but if you can get it, that's where you want it. Cause you know, grease is important. You see? Gotta keep all this stuff greased. You take care of it, it's gonna take care of you. I like the way this truck sit up, man, so I can see all the way down inside the truck, up under the cab. These right here, these two things right here, this is for the coolant. It runs all the way down here to the back. It's gonna keep the engine at a certain temperature when it gets too cold. We got the turbo, alternator. Ain't nothing really special, you know, but it definitely do its job. Once again, the 605 Cummins X15. Radiator, I think the radiator is about a 1260 or 1270 cubic inch. And it still keeps the engine right where I want it to be. This is something I do like. You got your battery cable connections right here. So if the battery go dead, I ain't got to take the steps off just to get to the battery. That's where the batteries are, right there in the steps. All you gotta do is pop the hood, hook up right here, and do what you gotta do. Which I think is where everybody's supposed to have, or should have them at. I do have dual steering boxes. These dual steering boxes makes it a whole lot easier to turn when you got 19,000 pounds on your steer axle. This axle is rated for, I believe, 18,000 pounds. From what I was told, Kenworth will not give you 20,000 on a W900. 18 is the most they'll give you. So, which it really don't matter to me. I'm normally around 13.5, 14, just because I got a shorter neck up there. But I know I can get at least 16 on there, no problem. Another thing I told you about greasing, the steering arm. You got one grease spot here. You got another one up here. You can see it. A lot of people miss that. Like at the Petros and TAs and Kenworths, Peterbilts, they might not know it's another one up there. So make sure you let them people know. Hit all them grease spots. So you be riding right. These little things right here, they're supposed to keep the mud on the inside. Coming off some of these job sites, I've literally had mud on the roof of the truck or on the windshield. And one of the things I forgot to tell y'all about the axles is I have what they call wide track axles, which it just means they're wider than the regular axle. I don't know if y'all can tell. All three of these, and I want to say, I believe my steer axle is also wide. I think it's just like 8.6. It's not oversized or nothing. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, I think my steer axle is wide track too. But wide track axles, disc brakes, which I love all the way, all around the truck. I give y'all a quick look around in the back. This is a regular 86-inch studio sleeper. I think that's called a diamond. I think this is diamond interior. Don't give me the lie. This right here, this is what controls that 2-speed rear end back there. Y'all hear that? That's the APU. Hope y'all can see that. That's 12.4 on my inverter. Once the batteries hit 12.4 volts, the APU will cut on. But anyway, yeah, this is the 2-speed rear end I was talking about. All I do is go from high to low. That'll take me from a ratio of 433 to 590. Now this ain't something you just want to drive down the road and switch, because more than likely you're gonna tear something up. So every time I do it, I stop, come to a complete stop, and I hit the switch, and then you can start rolling. These are the gauges. For some reason they didn't order 2 gauges out of the whole little pack. When I bought this truck, it was spec'd out like this, but it was actually spec'd out pretty much like how I would spec out my own truck. There's a few things I would have done different. This right here is for the light bar on top. And this right here is for the spotlight back there. Speaking of spotlights, this truck actually came with 2 spotlights. I don't know if you can see them. See right there and right there. I've actually used them. Came in handy. But yeah, man, I keep the truck clean. Use the leather polish on the inside. Shout out to Young's Detail. They come hook me up every time I get home. And normally, man, I wash the truck once a week when I can. Want y'all to know everything good on here. Got 3,549 hours, 112,166 miles, and this is over 3 years, almost 3 years. Let's look at that. Just in case I might end up selling this thing, man. I definitely take care of my equipment. Check it out. So look, I might end up selling this thing maybe next year. I don't know. I ain't made my mind up yet. But whoever lucky enough to end up with it, man, you definitely gonna have yourself a nice truck. Just crank up every time. No problem. See how that fan runs? Really, I don't have it on here. I'm gonna cut the fan on for you. Yeah, boy, she ain't no joke. man. Get the job done, man.
Yeah. I take you back to my first gram. All I wanted was a quarter pound. Now